All right, so the Clayface trailer just came out, and I legitimately just came out. So I'm gonna watch it and we're gonna talk about it. First off, obviously there's a couple of things that I think audiences miss whenever going into this, and this is no script. I'm going off the hip here. This looks good. This looks really good. So first off, Clayface is my favorite Batman villain, but whenever I watch this trailer, a couple of different things stick out to me immediately. Obviously, we're going with the Matt Hagen storyline, not Basil Karlo. We're probably going to be following more closely to the Batman animated series story arc, where in that one, Matt Hagen suffers a life-changing accident that affects his face, and he uses a chemical from DAG Industries to basically mess with his face. He can't pay his debt back, and he's thrown into a vat of the stuff, turning him into Clayface. In the show, there's a lot of different shape-shifting, and I do think we're going to see that in this movie, and in fact, I think that we actually see some shape-shifting in the trailer here. You see, I think we're already seeing some shape-shifting here, as indicated by the difference in skin tone. So if you look at the back of the head of this character, it looks like it's going to be Caitlin Bates, portrayed by Naomi Aki. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But if we look at the hand, it very much looks like a white hand, like a Caucasian hand, which I think is going to be Matt Hagen. I think we're already seeing some shape-shifting in this trailer, and he's using this to kill this guy in probably a very gross way. Clayface likes to have a tendency to just kind of go inside of people in the comics, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happening here. Nasty way to go. And I might be looking too deep into it, but I really think that we're going to get a scene where her head is on his body and he's killing this dude, Another thing I want to talk about, which I think is really, really cool, is this. We see excitement and thrills this way. Amusement. Probably amusement park, but it starts with an M. I think that they're going to be adapting this storyline from not only the animated series, but a lot of different other famous Clayface runs. And whenever I first saw this, the first thing that popped in my mind was the way that Clayface in The Batman, the 2008 show, not the Robert Pattinson movie, basically in that show, Joker kidnaps Ethan Bennett, which is Bruce's childhood friend and also a detective on the police force, and uses his Joker goo as well as a spinning wheel to make him go insane, and it ends up affecting him entirely, and he becomes Clayface that way. So I don't think that we're going to see Joker necessarily in this movie, but I think this is definitely going to be a reference to that, because in my opinion, that scene is very haunting, especially for a kid's show, and I think it depicts Clayface perfectly. I like the way this clay is looking. This could be there's a little bit of blood here, it looks like, with this clay. This might be his mouth. We don't know. Here we get a really clear shot of Gotham. This looks very similar to the Gotham that we saw in Creature Commandos. No surprise there, especially since James Gunn has said multiple times that, this Gotham is going to be different from Matt Reeves' Gotham. I still think it should be an interconnected universe, but I don't know. What can you do? What looks like Matt Hagen in the red light district, maybe he is shape-shifting as a prostitute to try and lure some of his attackers in, something along those lines. That's not something out of the woods. It's definitely something that Clayface would do. My biggest thing too, when I was watching this, and sorry if this seems all over the place. Like I said, I usually have a script, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to just, go and react. But my biggest thing is I think we're going to have more than one Clayface in this universe, which is not unheard of before. I think the Clayface that we see in Creature Commandos is a different Clayface from this Clayface. And if it's not, then this is the origin of that one, because obviously that one is much more far along. He no longer even stays in his human form, and he seems to have much more control over his power. But the reason why I say that is because just from the trailer, just from this teaser alone, obviously we need to see more of Matt Hagen's personality, but the two personalities just don't match, in my opinion. The one that we see in the house in Creature Commandos resembles more of Basil Carlo than it does Matt Hagen. So this could be the origin of this version of Clayface, but again, their personalities seem different. It's just in the way that he I don't know. It just seems different to me. It seems more jovial, whereas this version of Clayface seems like it's going to be much more serious. Yeah, I think it's definitely two different versions of Clayface in the universe, which is interesting. I like this shot too. I think that's probably Clayface entering someone's body and killing him. I think it's probably going to be a pretty fucking gruesome shot. He's probably going to come out of the mouth, I would imagine. They probably just didn't include that in the trailer. Because again, like I said, he's done that a lot in the comics. We also have this shot where we're focusing on this man. I'm not sure who he's playing. It would be interesting if he was playing Basil Carlo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It would be interesting if we got more than one Clayface in this movie. Doubt it. Probably not, but hey, it'd be interesting. Another good shot of the Gotham police car, signifying again that we're not in the Reeves universe. And then we get this beautiful shot where we see presumably Matt Hagen, because again, if it's more than one Clayface, then this might not be Matt Hagen. Using his iconic mace fist, so fucking cool. Then we got what looks like Matt getting his revenge on the people who traumatized him in the beginning. I would imagine this shot might be from one of his like films. That's kind of my idea. When we get this gruesome shot that I can't really show, holding him down and cutting his face, probably because he's not paying money to the mob. Then we get this awesome shot too, his disfigured face. Then we get the injection. It looks like it's being injected by the doctor. What? This is just stupid. What I meant is it looks like it's being injected by the love interest, which is an interesting thing because she's supposed to be the doctor who created the serum, but also the love interest, but it looks like she might be the one injecting it. So that'll just create an interesting dynamic. And then here we get this awesome shot, really good looking effects. It's going to be a very gory movie. And I can already tell too, by the way that they added this detail in his jaw, the teeth are it's gonna be gross. Because like if you watch it in slow-mo, the way that his teeth start to like almost fall out of his mouth. Oh, it's good. Got him running down the alley. It's really hard to see. I'm gonna try and zoom in and kind of like, you know, brighten it a little bit, but his face is droopy here. And then we got this awesome shot where it looks like he might be waking up from the procedure and his mouth is, you know, closed because of the clay. Love this shot. Please, no smoking in the laboratory. Please lock the door behind you. This looks like he's on an airplane, right? Doesn't that look like an airport? It looks like an airplane bathroom, right? I love that his eyes are creepy and look like that. I don't know who this is. Might be him. I'm saying that for everybody in the trailer. Could be him. Shape-shifted, you know? Yeah, so that's really about it. Sorry if this seems all over the place. Like I said, I have no script, but I hope I was able to give you some insight. I might make another video that's more scripted, a little bit more streamlined in my thought process. But yeah, no, this movie looks great. I'm really excited for it. If you guys are excited, leave a comment down below, leave a like on this video. If you learned something new about Clayface while watching this, that's cool. I just kind of, I don't know if you would, but if you did, then hell yeah, brother.